Alright, hey everyone, welcome to another Steam Deck video. Today we're taking a look at God of War on the Steam Deck. Now this is the original God of War that came out on PC about 2 years ago now, I believe. And we're checking it out today because I recently got it on sale. And tomorrow, the 19th of September, the new God of War will come out. So I'm going to try and make this video a little bit different. So this is not going to be a live commentary while I play the game, but instead it's going to be a commentary over the actual video as I'm editing it. And I'm going to try and quickly show you a couple of different graphical options. We already started with the lowest preset, and now we're taking a look at the medium preset. Now this game runs fairly good on the Steam Deck. Out of the box, on the lowest or original settings, you can get about 40 FPS. Now you can push this up to 60 FPS on some of the areas if you enable FSR on ultra performance and if you lower the resolution to 720p. But currently we're playing on medium with FSR set to balanced. Now this is FSR 2 implementation, and it actually is pretty okay. As you can see, in combat on medium we will drop below 40 FPS. Now this is all played on the Steam Deck, using the Steam Deck's controls, and I gotta say, in terms of controls on the Steam Deck, this feels pretty much at home. I also tried this with the DualShock 4 and with the DualSense joystick, and they do have a little bit more rumble while you play this game, so that's something that is probably gonna be missing on the Steam Deck. This game was designed to be played on PlayStation, and even though this is a PC version, it seems that the DualShock and the DualSense have some more options when it comes to rumble effects. Nevertheless, it still feels great playing it on the Steam Deck. Battery life between low, medium and high settings is pretty much the same. It's going to be between an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. This is on the original LCD Steam Deck. Now keep in mind, my Steam Deck is over 2 years old, so battery life and battery health has definitely gone down just a little bit, so your mileage may vary. And of course you can expect probably an hour more on the OLED. Now on ultra settings, especially if you play in the outside areas, it becomes quite unplayable. It will drop below 20 FPS at some point. So I really don't recommend playing on ultra settings. If you want to experience the best graphical fidelity, I would suggest playing it on medium and high settings and locking this to 30 FPS. Now the next footage is an improvised benchmark, so you can compare what all the 4 graphical presets look like. I do have one benchmark in an inside area, and the other benchmark will be for the outside area. Now, interestingly enough, the battery life doesn't seem to be that affected between all the 4 graphical presets, so it's still going to be between an hour and 20, an hour and 10 minutes, even if playing on ultra. As you can see, on the outside area, Ultra is literally trying its best to keep at the cinematic 24 frames, and it's really not playable. Now, the next bit of footage that I'm going to show you is trying to get this to 60 FPS. So this is with FSR, the Steam Deck's FSR on, so that means that the resolution has been lowered to 720p, and I also have the internal FSR 2 set to ultra performance. Now, it does not look too pretty, as you can see right now. When you do get in combat, it's going to get really blurry, and the textures are gonna be really stylized. Especially you can see on this, let's call it blood on the enemies. When I start pummeling them, you can see the FSR2 trying to work really hard to keep the resolution up, and pretty much failing at it. But you can get to 60 FPS. This is mostly in the inside areas as well. This lowering the resolution and playing with FSR Ultra Performance doesn't have that big an effect on the battery life, so it's really not worth doing it, and I don't recommend playing the game like this. Now, this next bit of footage was recorded directly on the Steam Deck, and I've set the Steam Deck to 40 Hz, and the game is locked to 40 FPS. So this is an option as well. This will reduce the impact on your GPU and your CPU just a little bit, because you can see the GPU is still at 100% pretty much. And the Steam Deck will run just a little bit cooler, and the battery life will be probably, and the battery life is actually a little bit more this time around, as you're not trying to go above 40 FPS where you can. So the battery life will be about an hour and 30, an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes on the LCD Steam Deck. And lastly, there is another option. You can also choose not to use FSR 2. Instead, you can just lower the resolution scale on the game. So this is with resolution scale set to 70%. So right now, the resolution is 1280 by 800, but the game is displaying 70% of that resolution. So it's lowered by 30%. And as you can see, it's actually a pretty good experience. Now in this outside area, I can still keep above 50 FPS. Sometimes it will drop below 50 FPS. But actually, this is a pretty good option. I really didn't think that this would run this good. Usually, you would need FSR to make this run at this level, but it's actually pretty impressive. Battery life again here. This is again on the lowest settings, and battery life is still about an hour and 20 minutes. So this is going to be it for the original God of War. Now this has been a different kind of video. Please let me know if you prefer this style of videos for the older games, trying to showcase a little bit more graphical options while keeping the video not so long. Tomorrow I'll be releasing the video on God of War Ragnarok. If it does run, we're not sure if it's gonna run because it seems to be requiring PSN account, and this currently does not work on the Steam Deck. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.
Part's right. That's it. I see runes.
Boy, what do those runes say?
Oh, it says family. That's not a clue. It's the answer. What I alone can never be. Right?
Use your knife and trace the runes into the sand.
Really? Kinslow.